What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
OD
Podcast.
Podcast. Period.
One unique.
Baby, let me tell you something. Hey.
Hey.
Let me tell you about that Beyonce album, man.
Correct.
It's the way it's one song.
Yeah, you can't listen to the songs individually. Like, I mean, some of them, yeah, but nah.
I
You
have a
gotta go to the whole thing.
confession.
What?
When I listen to people album for the first time, I play it on shuffle.
You know, people be talking about people like that, but I used to do that.
I
Oh
don't
my!
know. I
Let
think
me
I
cut
just
my
like
air
pressing
off.
the button.
Let me cut my air off so I won't mess up the sound.
I can't even hear it. Yeah, Draco always be like, let me cut the air off every time we record. But I don't be
The
hearing it.
thing about it is, you be telling me you can't hear it, and then you be like, "Oh, dang, that did make a difference."
I know, you're right. I thought about that while I was explaining it. But yeah, I like to play it on shuffle unless it's got interludes and stuff like that, but I don't even be checking for that. I don't know why I do it. I don't have a real reason, but ever since I discovered what it does when I had a Walkman playing Sammy album, I just been pressed to shuffle.
Okay,
But Beyonce album, please don't.
you can't. It don't
Baby.
make sense. It's all one song.
So I went to Gatlinburg this weekend with my cousins and we played it 100 million bajillion times. And to me, it was the first time, every time. I think this might actually, I don't want to say this is my favorite Beyonce album, but I feel like it is. And I think it's because it's so different from the others.
Yeah, Beyonce definitely has like a style of music that she makes, and it's every time to me it's like different, but still Beyonce. And I
Yeah.
think this is like something that was completely different from what she's done before. And I think that's probably why people are into it. Now I know I do see mixed reviews, but it's just because that I don't expect everybody to like it because I don't think that everybody listens to like dance music
That's
or
style music, yeah.
stuff like that, which is fine. But I think that over the last couple of years, when it comes to R&B music in general, the whole tone of it has been like kind of melancholy, sad. Not
Yeah,
even if the
very.
song
I'm
isn't
sleeping
sad.
on the phone in the closet. Telling my
But
buddy.
I think that since like even if the song ain't sad, just the way they sing it, like I think that Janae, Summer, and Kaylani has a way of making songs just sound sad, even if it's happy. So I think that this was something that just shifted the whole mood of everybody, which I wish it would have been before the summertime, but whatever, we can always use a little pick me
I
up.
feel like when artists say that their project that they about to release is so different from the usual, I think they be talking about where they was at when they recorded it because it don't be sounding different. Beyonce really lived that and did
Yeah.
that.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's like some things that she would like, how some people, I can't really explain it. I can't remember what song it was, but she was doing something with her vocals. And I'm like, when people make this sound, they don't be sounding good. It's just Four was my favorite album. And I know a lot of people say it was not, but that was my goddamn album. Baby,
Four is
best
like,
thing I never had. Best thing I never had was the top. You know when iTunes was a thing, it would tell you how many times each song was played. Turn on the Lights, Future was number one. Best I never had was number two.
oh
Period.
my god.
And everything after that was
I
probably
still
Yeezy.
use iMusic or Apple Music.
Well, yeah, Apple Music, but iTunes is gone. You got iTunes still? How?
Wait, like where you can buy music?
No, it was just the app. I don't know. Maybe Apple Music, the app can still tell how many times a song is played. I never checked. Let's look.
Oh, it's iTunes Store. Never mind.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, I didn't realize it was gone.
It's been a few
Well,
years, Draco. Also,
it's sad.
we got a new president. His name is Joe Biden.
Okay, all right. The jokes.
Speaking of delayed news, this ain't
Uh,
shop talk, but this is on brand. Did you
yeah,
see that video of Stacey Dash?
I literally was gonna make that shop talk like the first one, but
I couldn't hold it in. I just
yeah.
saw it just before we started recording.
So a few things. First of all, that's literally insane. That man has been dead for a year, and you're just now finding out, and you're
I
devastated.
think she is not okay.
She is devastated. So she also said in the caption that it was a song that he made that helped her get through some things, and that she's been sober from, I'm guessing, drugs for 6 years. So in my head, I'm like, her being on drugs, definitely explains a lot.
Yeah, oh, it definitely does. And it's really a shame because Clueless was literally one of my favorite movies growing up. I really liked Stacey Dash in that movie because she was black and she was the only black girl and she had that accent. But yes, drugs great, sobriety great. But what part made you pick up your phone and start recording while you was crying like that?
She probably got some brain damage.
She do from dating that man
You know what's
and
so crazy
being a
about
Trump
like artists
supporter.
during that era? Like a lot of artists, black and white, no matter. Um, I feel like they all are troubled. Like these days, they have a lot going
Think
on.
about it. Think about their abnormal life. How they don't have nothing to themselves. They don't actually get a chance to sit down and figure out what they like, what makes them happy. They make a lot of money fast, getting a lot of attention. It's just hard to even think straight when you got that much going on.
But I wonder, like, is it a way that you can enjoy being like, doing what you love, making music, and being an actor, actress, whatever, and still have a healthy life or mind?
Yeah, I think so, but I think you have to first have a solid foundation.
Yeah,
'Cause if you start off wrong, you already, bound to drizzle. But I like to use Usher for an example because he been famous and Monica. Now, don't not saying they never had no issues in life, but they never let it make it to the public. They handled it on their own, so they didn't make a spectacle about it. But I
yeah,
think that people number one need a solid foundation. They need to have a decent understanding on like what is good and what is bad. And I think that if they want that kind of peace that you speak of, they have to be able to say no and not just take on everything that comes their way. Because sometimes people get that rush of fame and they getting excited. They want to be everywhere all the time, doing everything, making every dollar, but that does not bring peace.
yeah. No, you know what's so crazy? I feel like Megan was doing that at the beginning of her career, and now you can tell that it fucked with her, and it didn't benefit her. And now she's like very
Yeah, I
anti.
think she was excited because I definitely felt like she was everywhere with everybody.
Yeah.
But I get it. I get it. It's hard not
I
to.
mean,
It's
that's
like,
how
wow.
you kind of low key have to be like that, but then also it was just to me it was a part of her image. I mean, she's from the South. It was given like country girl. I wear cowboy hats. I
And
twerk.
all these people who she probably admired just a year ago are reaching out to her. So she probably is
Yeah,
like, yeah, I want to be
or
with Cardi. Yeah,
beefing
I
with
want to
her.
be with
Imagine that. Imagine
or
you
that.
beefing with people that you looked up to. That's really insane.
Mhm. But yeah,
Um,
so what you been up to?
I've had a long week again. I end up working um, pretty much every day except today and I think Sunday. Actually, I did work Sunday. I'm lying, but I pretty much work every day except today. And then Friday, I went to a birthday party. I
Not
ain't
a birthday
really,
party. Was that Chuck E. Cheese?
no, it was at a hotel here called the
Ooh,
Addition.
they call it the
Yeah,
what?
the Addition. It's like a boutique hotel.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
No. Sorry. One of my
Yeah.
plants fell. The soil is on the floor, and my vacuum cleaner need to be charged. So I'm trying to make sure Hazel don't hurt it. Sit. She looks like
um,
she gonna eat it, but I don't know if it can irritate her. Hold on.
but that's it. I ain't been doing nothing, just trying to figure out life every day.
Hey, you'll never stop doing that. But that's good though. I had a very much needed weekend with my cousin. Let me tell you one thing about it. Me and my cousins, we stick together like some Zoes. What Future said? Okay. Me and my cousins, whether we first cousin, second cousin,
You
third
better
cousin.
don't quote. We ain't quoting no more rappers because Rico. Uh,
Anyway, me and my other cousins, me and all of my cousins are very close. Like even if like it's so funny because people do not be hanging with their third cousins, but my family, we be together, we be kicking it, and so we do a lot of stuff together. Whenever we take trips or do stuff, we always get along. It's always a good time. But we went to the cabins this weekend in Gatlinburg, got a beautiful Airbnb, really nice, and we had so much fun. Me, the project manager of the family, I had an itinerary. I created a QR code to make it accessible, and we stuck to the plan. The only thing we didn't do was karaoke, but that's okay because I made them watch Hamilton. So
oh my
anyway,
god!
we had a good time. We cooked for each other. I cooked dinner and breakfast. My cousin made a crab boil. My other cousin she ordered pizza, so she was gonna make nachos, but some stuff had happened. But we had a good time. We just talked and kicked it. It was just a good time. It just makes me grateful that I have a very stable, sane, and established family. For real.
And um, that is very good because let me tell you something. Love my cousins to death. but we are night and day, and it's always some beef. So I don't know. Like
A
with
lot of people
us,
message me saying that they wish that they could. Even one of my friends ended up posting on his story, but they would say they wish that them and their cousins could take a trip like that. I'm like, dang. I mean, I can. My folks. It's what's even crazy is we vary so much in age. I remember when some of them was born. Like I remember when they were
yeah.
babies. It's crazy, but
So my mom has twin sisters, and the sisters' kids, they both have like 6 kids each. Like we have a huge family. They have 6 kids each. Literally, one side of the kids don't like the other kids.
and they ain't gonna never get over, it, huh?
No, like even when so one of my aunts died during COVID. So afterwards, we were trying to like be, soon you of course when somebody died in your family, they were like, oh, we gotta sit together and do this stuff that we've been knowing that we should have did. I
Yeah,
mean,
they do. People say that every funeral. Don't let this be the next
everything.
time we see each other.
We need to do stuff. So we did. We tried to come together on holidays, and the, yeah, one side of the family wasn't invited. It was really weird. I actually was pissed
Now
because
I will not act like it's always peaches and cream. So I would say this: the millennial and Gen Z group, we good. It's the ones before that that's got issues. But
um
we separate ourselves from them and then gossip about them together.
it's kind of okay. So like my age group and below, no issues for real
Yeah,
around my age. But yeah, like a little bit above. My sister is definitely one of the problematic members in my family, unfortunately, for very good reason. That's why I'm not mad about
yeah,
it. She has very good reasons to be, and she's gonna pop off every time. She's gonna start it every time.
yeah.
Um,
One thing about it, Tamika never cared.
Never, and it's so
I'm
crazy because
scared of her. You know, I said every time I'm scared of her. Yeah, whatever you want, ma'am.
we are total opposites. Like even growing up, my sister would be the one that just say everything for me. She literally can't help it. Like I don't know. But yeah, like my cousins don't have that close relationship. Like we talk on social media, we'll text and whatever, but we don't hang out. We all just
Yeah.
do different things. So that's actually really good. I seen y'all was out there playing with bears too, child.
Baby, when I tell you we saw bears plural every single day, we saw five one day, two the next, three the next. Then the last day, the last night, we saw a bear y'all literally breaking in the cars. I wish I
Yeah,
was lying. I wish I was lying.
that's crazy. That's so
That video
crazy.
got over 10,000 views. That's so crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. I don't know what I would have done if I seen a bear.
The thing
When
is,
I
we expected it because we was in the mountains, and plus TikTok, honey, you book a trip, and now you getting video. I was out there getting all kinds of Tennessee videos. We expected it, so we knew better not to keep our doors unlocked. We didn't even take the trash out until the day we left. We let the trash. We had like four big 30 probably like 13-gallon trash bags downstairs. They was gonna wait until we left because we knew. And it's crazy because the trash cans out there are locked in a cage, but it still attracts bears because they're looking for food. But
yeah,
baby, the people across the street, they took the bear took the makeup case, the bag of chips, everything, and they scratched up their car. That bear was big, a big grown bear.
no. I wonder if you can probably file insurance.
You can if you got insurance on your rental because they had rentals.
Yeah.
And one of the cars the bear couldn't get into because the guy said because we ended up talking to them, the guy said that he lives around a lot of bears, so he knew better. But clearly his people didn't because they live in Vegas and stuff. But I feel like
Oh
it's
yeah.
probably bears out there somewhere. I don't know. But
Yeah.
anyway,
It's a lot of it's animals out here. The coyotes be literally walking the street.
oh yeah, they be in my parking lot. I be like, excuse me, I'm just trying to get in my car.
Yeah, they be out here walking, and then foxes, and then
Yep.
like stuff like rattle. We have rattlesnakes, so I'm like,
Yeah, the snake thing is wild. We do get snakes, but there don't be no rattlesnakes. But that's probably because y'all by the
yeah,
mountains.
yeah, like ringing. I walk down with my head down because I don't.
It's a lot of mountain lions out there too.
So
Cause when I went hiking in California, we saw fresh poop, and they told us if you see fresh poop, that mean they close by. Baby, who ain't turn around?
see, I don't like that. I mean, I can't
You gotta
escape it.
take stuff with you. Take noise makers, take spray. You gotta have it on you, cause
It'd be a lot of people out there though.
okay, all y'all can get big.
He would have to bite like 200 people.
You gonna be 201.
Okay. What I was about to say, we got skunks out here too. That's insane to me.
Oh, not Pepe Le Pew. Okay, so let's get into the episode. Who you got for Black Business of the Week?
So for speaking of running, you see how that just went right into it. So um as you guys know, I have like a patient, what I call a patient um healthy journey. And I'm calling it that this time because I think that anytime I go into something, I always try to jump into it. And I don't think that's ever worked out clearly. So now,
I'm on one right now, child.
yeah. So I just take my time. I for the most part I eat fairly good. If I don't, I definitely burn it off by going to running. I don't really care for the gym right now because I only have one of my monkeypox shots, and um, y'all wilding out on Instagram with these gym videos. I can't really deal with the bullshit, so I'm not going to gym. Anywho, so I went to running, and um, there was a guy standing out front, and he had a table where he was selling sea moss. And so, of course, I buy sea moss all the time, so I'm like, whatever. I'm not really impressed. I'll just be, going by my business. But so he was like, "No, I'll give you a free sample. You can try it. You're not gonna taste it, blah blah blah." And so I tasted it, and it tastes like applesauce, and I was confused
It
because
looked like applesauce.
it looks like applesauce, but it literally tastes like seawater. It's so nasty. So
Oh, you talking about in real life, not the one he
yeah,
gave you.
no, no,
Okay.
no, not the one that he gave me. Sea moss by itself is so nasty.
Yeah.
So whoa. So I ended up I never oh here we go. So he ended up letting me taste it, and I was like, whoa. So I didn't buy any because I have some in the refrigerator already. So I'm like, when I run out, I'll hit you up. But it comes in like a pouch. He has different flavors. I think I had like just like regular apple or something. But he has it in juices, and he has it um like in, I guess this would be considered like a smoothie type thing. And
Mm.
that's what I had. But you take like a spoonful a day for all your vitamins. But his Instagram is Goddess Obiani. Um, his Instagram be in the episode notes. But if you're in LA, I don't know if he ships, but if you are in LA or surrounding areas, then he would definitely.
Where do people get sea moss? Do they like have a
Actually, I
company in
just
the
said
ocean?
his Instagram name wrong. That's the wrong person. I'm so sorry, y'all. The Instagram name is C Nutrients.
Okay, well we got if
SCE.
y'all want to check out the other one, check it out, but put priority on sea nutrients.
I'm sorry. I was reading the wrong thing. You said where does sea moss come from, or where do people
No,
get
I
it
know
from?
where it comes from, but like all these people providing it, is there a wholesaler somewhere, or they just go to the beach and
Yeah.
just go diving?
No, no, no. They sell it wholesale. Like at the farmers market in Atlanta, they had it in like bags. Um, you can order it from places that are close to the beach. Any area that's like closer to water, they
Yeah, that makes sense.
you know. But most of the time, people want like the Caribbean sea moss. So like the purple sea moss, or like something that's close to Jamaica or in Jamaican or whatever in Jamaica. But they ship it because it's you when you get it, it's like dry. I don't know if you've seen it regular, but it's dry. It got
I don't
sand on it.
recall. Yeah.
I tried
Okay.
to make it one time. I felt very bad because I'm like, I hate being wasteful, but this is going in the garbage. I
Well,
tried to put that junk in it, like literally a spoon. Like the taste of it is so strong that like you put a teaspoon in your smoothie and you taste that over everything.
that's kind of like you put a half a banana in a smoothie, and that next thing you know, you got banana pudding.
I love that though.
Yeah, I like. I don't never do more than a half. If I do a whole banana, make me five more smoothies and then mix it together.
I do a whole. I like that so bad that I have banana flavor almond milk, and I use it for my smoothies with a whole banana in it.
Now that sounds good. Then you put one blueberry, and the whole thing look like brown butter.
Oh yeah, no, but
Anyway,
yeah,
okay, I put the information in the episode notes. Tweets from the streets. Let's see what we got. Okay,
I
so
got one. If you ain't got one,
go ahead.
so came across this tweet right before we started recording of a guy explaining. He's so the caption reads: a 33-year-old man shares his
I
experiences
know.
on why he loves younger women, ages 21 through 25. Typically, they're very malleable, extremely cooperative, and give you grace.
First of all,
Yeah.
he only got 21 to 25 teeth in his mouth.
So
First
yeah,
thing I saw was them missing teeth.
yeah, the back teeth
Them wasn't
missing.
even the back. Them was the middle row.
Okay.
That was the over the wing.
But first of all, I didn't even really listen to it because
I did.
there's no explanation for stuff like that with me. Um, Now, let me be honest. The fact that he said 21 through 25 and he's 33, in reality, those are adults, so you can do whatever you want to do. I don't care
You
about that.
definitely meant 18.
But yeah, exactly. And then the fact that you're just specifically targeting that age group, um, it says a lot about the type of person you are. And to me, it just I see where you're going with that. Like you just really a groomer, and you don't even groom yourself with them teeth missing. Um, so
Yeah, I
I
agree.
think,
I am very I think it's extremely wild that men in particular anybody, but obviously men are the ones I've seen speak on this the most, that they intentionally target a younger group of women to date because they feel like they can get away with more. Basically, they feel like they won't be held accountable, or they feel like that woman has not been damaged yet. So they think they can just get away with whatever and live their life how they want, essentially, or they can put things in their head to have them be the type of girl they want them to be. But those type of people that become young brides, young
mhm,
moms, all these different things, 15 years later realizing they put so much intention or effort into these men and threw their life away. And now they gotta really start over and figure out what they want. And it's a shame because I remember being young and never, ever, ever even considering dating an older man. But I would have friends that would even in like this gonna sound so bogus, but I would be in elementary school and a girl would be happy to be dating a dude in middle school. Cause they somehow, and I know that when you that young, relationships aren't real, but to me it's all relative. It's all similar in idea. So like you think because he's older, he's got it together, or you think he's more responsible. But we know that's not true. People can be more responsible at 18 than somebody at 38. That's the truth. And vice versa. So age has absolutely nothing to do with it. I know plenty of men older than me, and I'm 33, who do not have their own roof over their head, do not have their own car, living check to check, credit jacked up. And whatever it is that you want in a partner, that's fine. But I'm just saying to assume that somebody will be more ready and more serious because they're older is absolutely not true. And there's no reason why somebody would avoid someone their own age and date younger and you think they have good intentions. It's not because you're mature for your age. That's what they told you so that
yeah,
you could let them lead the way.
yeah. No, I think it's weird. But you know what's so crazy? When you're young, like on the opposite end of it, I can remember being in high school and really trying to like, well, not trying, but like really enjoying the fact that older men would hit on me. Like I'm
Mm-mm. I
like,
used to be
dang.
scared. I'm like, they gonna kidnap me or rape me. But my
I
mama said,
remember at one point, for like a week, I talked to this dude that was like 30. I was 16, 17.
oh, he needs to go to jail. It's not too late.
And now, and I'm like, whoa, like, and that happened multiple times. I've talked to like multiple older
And
guys.
think about how much you thought you knew everything at 16 and looking back and how much you really didn't know nothing.
Nothing, because in my head I'm looking at it. You're used to you. So growing up around women and just black women in general, you always overhear conversations about how independent they are. Like, oh, I make my own money. I don't want to be this type of person depending on a man to do things for me. Blah 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 blah. So in my head, I thought that I was attracting those people because I had jobs and I was in high school. Like I
Mm-mm.
thought that I was like, oh, I'm going to school, making good grades and
And
I'm
that is
working.
impressive. It is, but there's still again a reason why they not dating somebody their own age.
That's very true. You remember in middle school, one of our classmates was in eighth grade and they were dating a grown man and smoked cigarettes.
Yes, I do remember that. And I also remember having a friend in ninth grade who was a freaking stripper, like stripping at private parties. And it's like she would be so happy about these men that she would meet. And it's like I never felt like that was okay, but I also know that my mama really beat that in my head. Like it was never nothing. I would be so intimidated by older men, and I'm glad I was because I just don't. I always felt like there was a knowledge gap there. Like regardless of like money and stability, like in reality, when you 16, 18, you could be 22. You really have not fully tapped in. Like your mind, your brain isn't even fully developed. But it's crazy because us saying this as adults now is what adults were saying at our age, and people still didn't realize it. So they really got to go through that cycle and look back and just hope to God they
Yeah.
don't end up pregnant and married.
I've noticed that. So you can tell people stuff at a young age, and they'll realize it later on. And that doesn't mean you shouldn't stop telling them, but
Yeah, yeah.
they're not gonna fully understand it until they go through life and
You're
experiences.
right.
Like if
Now
you,
some might take heed. So I yeah, like you said, still tell them. But a lot of stuff. I mean, I remember being told stuff and thinking I knew more than I did. Now I didn't. I never made any of those decisions. Like some of the real important things, I definitely took heed. But I remember having conversations with somebody being like, they don't understand. Things is different now, but they're not different. They just in some
yeah,
skinny jeans. Like that's really it.
they're different, but they just it's different scenarios because times will change.
But the
But for the
intention is
most
the
part, it'd be
same.
the same situation.
Yeah, that's the scary thing about having kids, man. Every time I see some of these videos of or stories about, kids getting kidnapped or sex trafficked or getting bullied, it's like I just don't know how to make you can't prevent those things from happening. I mean, things like whatever's in the car is in the cars. Yes, sex trafficking, you can teach your child like, hey, self-respect, self-love. These are the things to look out for. These are the people to stay from around. But when they make up in their mind, regardless of what you told them, what they need to be doing, they're probably gonna do it and they're gonna find a way to make it happen unless you just put them, be a helicopter parent. And sometimes that can have negative results as well. So it's just like being a parent is it's like never ending anxiety and a huge gamble because you just do not know. You could be the best parent ever, giving your child whatever they need to survive, and they could still do things that could, remove them from this life or, remove you, to be honest.
Mm,
It's scary. But yeah, I think that's really wild. It's very predatory. He knows him dating younger women is literally about control. That's real. I
yeah.
mean, look at this R. Kelly situation, and
Oh,
his
honey,
victims is grown now, and they still under the trance
impregnate.
and writing books that look like they was made with a blindfold.
Okay. You know what? You need to
Oh
get
man,
me.
when I think about the grown men that used to be pulling up to Thero, oh my god. And I used to be so scared for my friends 'cause I used to be thinking like, and I was a virgin. I'm like, oh my god, he probably having sex with her.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But they just thought like, oh, I know somebody. Oh, never mind. I know somebody who was messing with a teacher, and they was in middle school. Let's just say that. Not a teacher at that school. But anyway,
Okay.
not that it makes it better, but I'm just saying there's nobody that we went to
So
that
with
taught us.
yeah, it's so crazy.
It is, and I just when I look at the youth now, when I look at them like 16, even 21, I mean, I got some young tenants and they look so young to me. And it's crazy because I was their age once and I thought that I was like, all right, yeah, grown, grown, grown. And I was grown and I was intelligent and I was on a good path. But even then at 22, even when I graduated from college, it was just so much I really didn't really get to know myself until I was able to provide a roof over my own head and spend time alone. And that's when I was able to.
Yeah. Um, I tell people this all the time. I really feel like I'm just now getting the hang of adulting.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like at 33, I'm like,
I mean, at least it's happening. And it ain't like you ever been like no freeloader or no junkie or nothing like that. You always on a good path, but maybe it's just a point where you're like connecting some dots.
for sure.
Yeah. I feel it.
Or
I know that feeling. And it's definitely a good feeling, but some people never reach that point and they are easily manipulated and they always find themselves in situations that literally are chaotic.
and I'm a chaotic person, but let me have my own chaos. I don't want showing.
Right. Let it be self-inflicted and not because of those, having the wrong people around you. But I really do pray for the youth, man. I hate to see those type and it's even worse on the internet because they can have nice clothes, nice shoes, nice cars in a picture, and they'd be like, oh, wow, that's great. My mom ain't even got that.
I'm literally looking at somebody. I promise you, not even 30 seconds ago, I just looked at somebody who told me that they needed money, and they just posted a post of of some really expensive stuff that they collected.
So there's someone that I tell people always ask me for money. There was one person in particular who every time they ask me for money, it's always a new creative story. Literally last week asked me for some money. I left them on red again, and their significant other posted about how the beggar just paid for them and their friends to have this all expense paid trip to Vegas. So was you panhandling for the trip, or is you on crack?
Or both.
Or both. And to me, it's so wild to be in my inbox asking me for money and then having these kind of posts floating around. Like, you think I'm not gonna see that? And I'm not even the
Yeah.
only person they asking, because I've talked to other friends and they've asked them too, and they have a different story.
Um, yeah, the begging thing be getting really insane. Luckily, since I moved out here, I haven't really experienced it that much. But what I do experience a lot out here is people um trying to get me to put them on to certain jobs. And I get it, if you see somebody if you know somebody that has these certain opportunities, of course you're gonna be like, hey, if you need me for this, blah blah blah, hit me up. I'm okay with that because I'm like, okay, cool. But these people be like I had a guy DM me, I need you to send Des Dior this video
Oh yeah, I seen that. Which is,
I made for her so
it's
she
like,
can
okay, yes, use your network, but
I don't know him.
yeah, exactly. So that's
So
not even your
when
network.
people do think it's not, and then to think about stuff like that, when you offer services or offer something to somebody, I need something to show. I can't just go off word of mouth because my clients or people in general, they don't work like that. So how you want me to put you on to a job for doing wigs and you don't have any photos, no videos, nothing to show that you're actually
Or other
halfway
people
good at
that
what
can
you do.
vouch for them.
Yeah, oh, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think that's weird a little bit because it's like, okay, well, give me something to show. Like, what do you have? What is there a website? What?
Yeah,
No.
recently I posted. So I mean, I don't really give a darn now. I got a new job because I'm quitting my
Groundbreaking.
yeah. I got a new main job. That's not groundbreaking, but I
Oh,
posted it on my close friends, and so people get excited. They want you. There were several that asked me to put them on, and I obviously it's not that simple because I don't work, like, my company has a retail chain, and I don't work in a store. I work, at the headquarters. So I can't really just be like, "Hey, hire my friend." Da, da, da. Like, I work in a very, very niche field, very niche. So it's not, unless you have, and that's what I try to express to them. Like, do you have? Knowing they don't have it, I'm like, "Do you have experience in this, this, and this?" And it was like, "No, but I can learn." I'm like, "No, no, no, no. We
yeah.
talking security
That's you
clearance,
can't.
government certifications. Like, it's not that simple. You know what I'm saying?"
Yeah, some stuff you just cannot pick up overnight as a hobby. You have to
Right.
really just be like wanting to do this for a minute. Like you have to study certain stuff. You can't just
Right,
hop
and that's
in.
that's what I'm trying to drive home. Now, some of them that reached out, I definitely would refer them because I know they work in like specific fields and things like that. I'm like, hey, look on the site, find something that aligns with your experience. But when you hit me up saying, are they hiring? Of course, everybody's hiring.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it just kind of annoys me because I'm like, what do you mean, are they hiring?
I've been trying to find out for your job hiring too.
Everybody's job is hiring. Like, nobody's never not hiring. I mean, they could be not hiring, but when you think about on the scale of work that I do, of course, it's just a matter of what you want to do. You can be a software engineer, or you can be a recruiter, or you can be a data analyst. You can be any of these things. So I don't really just know, because my team is only two people and we work in a very, very, very niche area of business. So anyway, it just kind of annoyed me a little bit. Similar, like your the not your friend, the dude was like, put me on this with DSDR. I'm like, I need you to understand how this works.
Please.
Like, that's really what I need you to do. And I don't have no, y'all know, I don't have no problem putting people onto stuff, but it's not that simple when you doing this kind of work. Like, at my company, I am a level 6. Level 7 and up is director, VP, and all that. Like, I'm not nobody's hiring manager. I don't have that kind of juice, but I am not in no entry level job. I'm not, and I hate. I always feel like I have to make a disclaimer that I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to paint the picture. Is I don't know what you mean by put me on. if you see a position that matches your experience, you should apply, and I can refer you if we even have that opportunity. And some
Yeah.
of my friends that I reached out to, I told them like, of course, blah blah blah, because some of them I know exactly what they do. I know exactly what kind of stuff they do. But if you are goddamn you, what is you just came from the varsity at the airport. I really cannot help you. And I'm not trying to be funny. I promise I'm not, but I just need
Yes, she is.
I like you actually need a educational background to do what I do. That's all.
She's saying basically that y'all dumb as rocks or rocks. Y'all can't do
No,
what
it's
you
not
do. She
even
is a
that. I
fat
just think that
girl.
they think that I just, because I job hop a lot, they think it's like I just found some job and got hired. That's all.
Oh yeah, they don't know that you can job hop because you
And I
can't.
don't even have I mean, I give everybody 2 years. That's not bad.
Oh well, I got a friend that do it every 8 months, so that is good.
Oh no, but my last company was 3. Not my last, but the one before that. The last one was a little different. You need was 3, and there was 1, and it's 2. I think that's good.
Mm.
Anyways, I'm just saying all that to say is, if you have a specialty, like a lot of my friends have certifications in specialty fields, there's certain things they do. I understand. Okay, cool. Yes. And I can, refer you. But I remember one time my friend, she's a probation officer, and she had posted a picture on Instagram of her uniform. And this girl that we went to school with asked her if her job was hiring. And I'm just like, do you think that you can be a probation officer? Or do you think because this person it's not possible that they are doing anything serious that they should be able to push? Does that make sense?
Yes, that's so. You know what? Now I get treated like that too. I think that people don't expect me to know certain things or know about certain things just because I'm from the hood, and I'm like that's the way it come off. I'm like, I
Yeah,
probably
it's
do
like,
make more than
oh,
you.
we went to the same high school. I can do what she doing. It's like, no. Like this girl went to the police academy and whatever. I don't know what probation officers go through, but it's like wild to think that, and this ain't got nothing to do with necessarily having a college degree or not, but some of these things you do have to go to college for, and you have to have experience. I'm 33.
Mm.
And I've been
Well,
working in my particular field for 5.5 years. So it's not like I cannot, huh. But anyway, for the folks I can help, I always try to like tell them certain skills to brush up on and stuff like that if they want to get to a certain level of that. But it's some people, man, I'm like, listen, if you mount TVs, you have to keep mounting them TVs.
we need plumbers. Come on.
For real, but don't get it twisted. Like my job is hard. Anyway, whatever. It just makes me not want to share stuff sometimes. I already don't like sharing stuff to begin with, but I don't like people asking me for stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like I do. None of my stuff comes easy. It comes easy because I created a situation for myself for it to come easy. But nobody put me on to no job ever, and that's fine. That's not a problem. But I need people to do the leg work. That's all.
Or shake it a little bit.
Shake it or break it. Anyways, okay. So, do you have anything for shop talk? I don't really have a whole lot. It was really that Stacey Cannon. I mean, Stacey Cannon.
Oh,
Stacey Dash. I hope she's doing all right. She disappeared from social media. First
it's a lot of weird stuff happening. Weird has been my favorite word to use these days. I'm sorry.
weird.
Hmm.
Okay. I gotta look up
Um.
Stacey Cannon. I hope she's doing all right.
Period. What's up, Stace? Um. Let me leave the Kardashians alone today. Your girl Nicki Minaj. Let me tell you about Nicki Minaj. So first of all, congrats to her for winning the Video Vanguard Award. Now let me just come on here to um, take my statement back. I don't know if I said it on air last week, but I wasn't really excited to see the performance because I thought she was going to let me down. However, you know what? It was a very light night. Like I felt like when I was looking at it, I'm like, okay, I'm actually happy for her. Um, Only because I do feel like sometimes Nikki does this thing where she uses her like I guess like her image or her uh place in a game as like a tool to antagonize people. So that Vanguard Award, I felt like it was something that she can use to taunt other, people like, oh, aha, this is what I got going on. You could never have this, da, 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 stuff like
Yeah.
that. I feel like she does that a lot. But it was a very light night until today. I don't know what she got going on. Talking about she literally is like, you should write your fuse with the ugly stick because it's clearly it's beating the fuck out of your ugly ass. She calling the writers. I guess she DM'd the writers of the New York Post, and
Wait, what's going on? I'm sorry, I'm not following.
I'm sorry, I'm probably all over the place. Um, so they posted after that. Of course, she's getting all these headlines. New York Post posted a history of Nicki Minaj's feuds before the VMAs 2022,
Yikes.
and so she DM'd
Your
the
post is not known for being an ally, by the way,
yeah. It's not. I don't really.
with anybody.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like the where she is in the game. I feel like she should have take up for herself. But I think that she should just get the fuck off the internet and get off Queen Radio because she's saying she's doing the Queen Radio tomorrow, and I'm
Does
like,
she do
girl,
Queen Radio like weekly? How often does she do that?
she do it like 4 times a year,
Oh, okay, got
4 or 5.
you.
Like it's not something that's all the time. She did it last time during her album rollout.
Got it. So
Yeah.
you just feel like she just is like, what is it that she's doing wrong? Just responding to people?
I just yeah, I feel like the way that she just treats people, the way she talks to people, um, I don't know. Like I hate the fact that she just be online just attacking people out of nowhere. I ain't gonna say out of nowhere. They probably did something to her, but I think that she should have a level of maturity and like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree. I mean, she's
maybe,
very grown, right? She's in her 40s,
yeah,
and she is literally an icon, literally. And so I agree with you. I think that there should be a little bit more tact or grace, but she doesn't owe us that, but it is kind of expected.
yeah, and it's annoying. I think that's the
Yeah.
thing. It's like we can't really fully enjoy what you got going on or be happy for you because you about to piss me off in about 5 minutes because you just can't be quiet.
I just don't like them little voices in her head. It be scaring me.
What voice
She
is
just randomly be like, I'm like, what's happening?
she
Go.
glitching?
She do be glitching. I heard some people not happy that she won the Video Vanguard Award because it is the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard, pretty much saying like it
Her
wasn't
videos
deserved, but
wasn't.
also they gave it to J Lo. So it's like, where's the bar?
I have a debate about J Lo all the time with my friends because a lot of my friends are from Florida and people from Miami love J Lo. Like she's like,
There's a lot of Latinas and down there.
but the black people too. Like they stand J Lo. But I be having this debate between who's a better performer um, between, especially now, like it's over their career, Britney or J Lo. Britney
I mean, I
Spears.
think J Lo's a great performer.
I think she's a great performer, but like even in the recent performances I watched, she be off. And
Yeah.
Britney, she gonna hit the mark every time. Now they both be lip singing, so I can't say nothing about the vocals. And Britney
Well, we
definitely a
also
little
know J Lo
slow.
vocals are not all J Lo.
Yeah, it's a lot of different things to it. It's layers to it.
So you feel like did Britney ever get that award, the Vanguard?
Did Britney Spears get a Vanguard Award? I feel
I
like
can see her
she may
getting it.
have. I feel like she may have. Let me see. VMA Vanguard recipients. Let's see who got it over the years. Now we know for sure Michael Jackson got it. He's the first one. Um, who has? Okay, here we go. Hold on. Maybe I should just. I want some barbecue.
Okay, that works too.
No, Brittany don't have it.
Dang, I feel like that would have been iconic to give her with her conservatorship ending.
Oh, she did get it. She got it in 2020.
Oh wow, was she able to accept it?
Hold on. Or maybe this is Britney Spears tribute. she did. She had the Video Vanguard Award, but she was there for it. She just didn't perform. She had like other artists come up and they performed all her hits.
That's annoying. I mean, that's cool. She got a tribute, but it'd be nice to get it. Okay. Anyhow, okay. So, do you feel like Nicki Minaj deserved this award?
Um, no.
I feel like,
And I like her. I like Nicki Minaj. I'm gonna tell you why. The Video Vanguard Award literally is that. It's for the most iconic music videos of all time. Like your career, like over time, the best videos. I feel like when I think of good videos, I think of people like
Missy Elliott.
Lady Gaga. I
Yeah,
think of
who has gotten that award? If I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
like people like that. Lady Gaga, Beyonce, Michael Jackson, uh, Britney Spears. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
feel
these
like
are
people really don't even put that much effort into music videos, which might make it more obvious that she might have earned that. Because it's like, I agree with you. I mean, the fact that I don't like when she twerk. Okay, that ruins the whole video.
yeah, I do feel like there's a consistency with her videos that's I guess that feeds into her whole Barbie personality where everything looks like a toy and plastic or some sort of vibe like that, which is cool, but the award is not about consistency. It's about creative videos.
Hmm.
You know, now I will say her songs are iconic. Now, if this was some award that was celebrating like lyricists or
Rapper Vanguard.
rappers, you know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
would have been like, oh, okay, she definitely needs that. But the Video Vanguard Award, I'm like, that's cool that she got it, but I don't. I can probably name like 4 videos that's iconic from Nicki.
Yeah, well, they probably like, well, we ain't gave her album of the year, so honestly, I don't even know if she's ever gotten it or not.
Album
But
of the year, no. And then of course she never won a Grammy, so the industry be kind of like beating her up, or
yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of icons that never got Grammys, but I do get how important that might be. But for many people, getting a Grammy is great PR, but she don't really need PR at this point, you know.
Yeah, because I do feel like once people win Grammys, their careers skyrocket.
Yeah, but I mean, what's higher than what she's already done? I think it's time to retire.
Yeah.
Um, Okay, so let's get into the main topic. We wanted to talk about Paula DeAnda. So y'all, growing up, me and Draco always had our own language. Literally, everything had a code word, and it really wasn't necessarily a code. I mean, it was a code, but people just didn't know what we was talking about. And
Yeah,
so we liked Paula DeAnda when we was younger, and she had this song called "Doing Too Much." And so whenever somebody was doing too much, we would say they was Paula DeAnda.
for sure. I still say it sometimes.
So my example for today for Paul Deanna was definitely going to be the Stacey Dash situation, but because I had just watched that video before we started recording, my mind would not let me put it to rest. I had to blurt it out. I'm sorry, but what you got to contribute to the topic, Draco?
Definitely was gonna put that boy in my DM about asking me to work with Des Dior. I was gonna put that in there. He wrote me months ago, and then he came back to check on the message. Like, so are you gonna do it or not? That's what it was giving.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like that's how to me silence is an answer, baby. It like
And
literally.
I'm like, bro, I don't even know her. Like, yeah, I work with these people, but people have to realize that a lot of the times, especially when people work with like one off, like if it's somebody I don't work with on a regular basis, that just is probably a last minute appointment. Like
Yeah, and y'all can still get along and have fun, but it could be just that a random encounter on to the
random
next.
encounter. So, when we see each other as love, we'll speak, but I don't know her enough to be like, hey, use this guy.
Right, and
Um,
then my thing is when people do this, especially when it comes to celebrities, do you think you're the first person who try to solicit a service to them? Like, I think you should be creative in your approach. Put yourself in rooms if you can on your own, but don't DM somebody who you don't even know asking for a handout. Like that's like me darn DM in the shade room and asking them to like feature something I wrote about an artist or something like that.
yeah. And people getting creative with the way they asking for money these days. I had got a whole personal voice note from somebody in the DM asking me to donate them some money. Like,
Not donate.
yeah.
So it's
I'm
tax
like,
deductible.
they were trying to get me to donate to their fund for their And I actually really like this person, so I told him that I would donate, but I'm just using
Absolutely
it as
not.
that.
I don't give a darn if it's 2 cents.
But his little account, the little GoFundMe thing, it was the goal was met. So I'm like,
Ah.
when I went on there, the goal was met.
Now they
So
could change the goal.
okay, well
I
don't.
have never donated to nobody's gun. Let me tell you something. If it was somebody stingy with a penny, it's me. I'm sorry.
I've done it before.
Mm-mm. Maybe
Um,
I don't recall ever doing it. If I had, maybe it was back in the day. And it's even crazy because I remember when I wanted to study abroad in college, and they were suggesting people use GoFundMe as means to get the money. And I was like, I ain't doing that. And a couple years later, honey, everybody was using GoFundMe. I was
yeah,
just too ashamed. And I also this is so crazy. This was a priority, but I knew that if I studied abroad, that I would not be able to work and make money. So I just rather work, which is
yeah. It's
crazy.
so crazy that I'm the same way when it comes to asking people for stuff. I take pride in saying that like I don't be asking people for anything, especially because of my past with people how they just treat you on like, oh, I did this and did that and blah blah blah. I bought and I'm like, I never asked you to do that though. So
And see, that's why I never had to ask nobody nothing, but I'm quick to pay my part. I remember on my trip, on the trip I went to this weekend, every time we had to pay for food, parking, whatever, I went ahead, divided it by however many people was in the car, sent my cut. I don't care if nobody else don't see no money, but Alicia sent you her money.
I'm the same way. I'm like, let
When
me
I
just get
cooked for
mine out
them, I
there.
didn't ask for no money to put in on the food. This was me treating them. My cousin, she made a
The food
crab
look
legs.
good too,
Listen, it was so everything with A1. I made them breakfast the next morning. They said my grease was kicking, baby, karate kicking with some Jordan ones.
and I'm sure with some sugar in there.
It wasn't. They wouldn't let me.
Dang.
It was probably my first time ever making grits with no sugar.
Oh, well, you going up?
They was, and it was no cheese. They was good.
um. Oh, who was doing too much, or who? I'm trying to think of like a type of person. Okay, so here's the thing. I get a lot of people. Okay, so I'm the type of person where I take silence as a no, or I take certain hint. I know how to take a hint.
Yeah, I nonverbal cues. That's how everybody should be.
So and I operate that way because sometimes especially with me being from Atlanta and the people out here, sometimes our tones are different. So I may take something offensive that they say that they didn't mean harm and vice versa. So I handle things like that just to kind of lighten that so I won't look like I'm being an asshole. But I've realized that it pays to be an asshole. Like it really does.
Sometimes
Like
you really gotta be one to people, or they will not. And honestly, that's the shame.
I'm realizing that because people just
Yeah,
don't take a hint. And I just first of all, I don't really care for like um visiting people's homes. Like I'm not the type of person where I'm gonna come hang out at your house. Like I don't do
yeah,
stuff like that. Like even
yeah.
my close friends, I can count on my hand how many times I've been to my friend's house, and it don't be no shade. But I don't know. I just don't be
People
interested
house
in
be
doing it.
dirty, and sometimes they don't be having good parking.
Hello. So I don't do that, and so people out here, they have that's like a thing. That's like the thing to do. Like people have game nights, and they have like little
Oh, I do love doing that, but I don't do it
social
often.
gatherings. But the game nights out here is different. It's not game nights with your friends. It's game nights with your friends, with your friend, and they are bringing four friends with them. But
Oh
that's
no, all my
normal.
game nights have been with my cousins, actually.
Yeah, like it's like you're meeting new people that way. Like they bring it's like a
Yeah.
house
Okay, I
party.
mean that can be cool, but sometimes everybody friends is not your type of
Yeah,
people.
which is fine. But I'm just saying that's the norm out here. But I'm not used to that.
Yeah, I
I'm not
got you.
used to that. So um, I'll be trying to not be mean and tell like the other day my way of saying that was, hey, um, I'm still new here and I do want to meet people and stuff like that, but outside of work, I don't want to be sitting in nobody's house. So if you want to hang out with me, let's hang out somewhere. If not, then I'm just catch you another time.
I feel you. Yeah, you got to ease into the situation.
Yeah. And it's still not working.
Oh my god.
It's just weird. Like people don't take the hint, and I hate to blame things on zodiac signs, but I've experienced the same exact thing with two other people, and they all the same zodiac sign. Some of that the
Better
horoscope
not be
stuff got to be
Aquarius.
nah Aries.
Oh, I really don't know nothing about these folks. Yeah, I'm not. You know, what, I am a very. This is my dilemma. I'm a very, very social person. I really am. It's like my person. It's like my biggest attributes and best attribute. It gives me what I want in a lot of situations: money, jobs, cars, whatever. It gives me what I want. And I think that sometimes people see that as like, oh, we gonna be best friends. And I hate that. So when we talk about doing too much, I really hate people that want to be best friends with everybody they meet. It's really awkward and uncomfortable because I really like to be in control of who I hang around. Like I have my few people and I got my cousins, and that's how I keep it. I meet people that I really connect with, but I don't ever try to take it further. Like for me to take it further to become real like consistent friends, we have to have several encounters where I'm like, okay, I need to see you in different scenarios if that makes sense. Like it's just kind of I can't
Yeah,
really explain it.
you hit it right on the head when you said I need to be in control of who I be around because that's literally my mindset. I've had too many bad instances where just like somebody little stray cat friend or start some drama. And it's like, dang, I don't even know that hoe like that. Like she just
Yeah.
was here. And now, like I've even had a friend, a friend that became a part of our circle kind of. And he one of the in circle friends told my business to him and he told it to somebody he was talking to.
Oh no.
And that person regurgitated it to somebody else that I knew. And I'm
See,
thinking in my head, I'm like,
oh,
what? And it was something really insane. Like, oh yeah, Draco's car got repoed because it did, but
yeah.
nobody know that. That you know what I'm saying? I could talk about it now because the car outside, and it's a new one. It's a newer one,
Period.
whatever. But this happened in like 2013. My car had got repoed,
You was down
and
bad, Pooh.
oh, I was down bad, real, real, real bad. But they was talking about the Queen all the way down in Miami. Oh, I heard he broke his car getting repo, but he got all these followers on Instagram. He
Ooh,
got
now
it.
they said you was one of the girls.
I was one of those girls with all the followers on Instagram with no
Mm.
money.
I mean, from the outside looking in, I get it. Not to pick sides, but something like that is some good gossip. I would probably
Very good
gossip about
gossip.
that.
But you know what's so crazy and what I always explain to people is that I never, ever, ever try to put on for nothing. I've worked at a mall job. I would take pictures at that job and everything. And
Yeah, you
I've
did.
had 20, 30,000 followers on Instagram. I'm not prideful. If I need to go to work,
I
I
mean,
will
it's
go to
people
work.
with no job and followers and be begging for money.
Yeah, like I get up and I work for my money. You know what I'm saying? I just fell through a hard time during that time, and it went left real quick. But that moment just made me realize, like, I just don't want nobody to be around that I can't say, okay, yeah, she can come here, or
Yeah.
I do want to hang out with this person, blah blah blah. Now, if
And
it go
people are
bad,
weird, man.
if it go bad from that, at least I can point the finger at myself.
Yeah.
Like, dang, I probably,
Like you
I
had
didn't
to
know
make
that girl was
judgment.
like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've been hanging out with these people, but I don't like that.
Yeah,
I hate
I
it.
have definitely been around good friends and their extra friend and have been asked to buy them food. They have asked to borrow clothes. It's like, whoa, why are you comfortable asking anybody that? Why don't you just get it for yourself? Because now you want to like carry or wear this item and make it seem like you don't think that's kind of weird? It's
Very
okay to
weird.
not have stuff.
Very weird. My friend from out here, he came to visit me one day. He brought his friend with him. The friend, I don't even know the boy like that. And I had like shoes. I have in the like when I come in the house, take my shoes off. He saw my shoes. He started like trying them on, like modeling them in
Oh,
the floor. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" So now, 6 million things is coming in my head. He's gonna rob me.
right.
He's number one
He
on the
got
list.
monkeypox on his toes.
You know what I'm saying? Athlete's foot.
Oh,
Anything like
and
all this
and
stuff.
bounce
It's
my
just like,
ball.
what are you doing? So I'm looking at him. I'm like, get your friend.
How can you just be that comfortable? I wouldn't even do that with a friend. Well, maybe I would if a close friend. I'm like, well, let me see how these. Because I definitely tried on my cousin Yeezy slides, but it's my cousin. Like we have
Yeah.
rapport.
I don't
That's
know.
so crazy
People
to
do too
me.
much.
I try to play it cool. I'm not. I don't even know if I be my full on self when I meet people the first time. I'll be like silly and stuff like that. But I be trying to. I be just as cautious, trying to make sure, trying to size them up.
You know what pisses me the fuck off too? I don't like going out to eat with people who give servers a hard time.
Oh my god, I've been on dates like that, and it's literally embarrassing. And I'd be. It's not okay. I hate when anybody. I saw this video today on TikTok of this lady literally berating Dunkin' Donuts workers. And it's so crazy because people have coffee addictions. They get Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts every single day. They get the same order. They have a special order, and they don't even respect the people that's making that drink. Like, imagine if all the baristas went on strike. What you finna do? And I just think it's so wild that you think you so above them, but you really need them to give you the darn energy boost that you have every day.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. I just hate that, and then I hate the fact that um a lot of that stuff be beyond their control. Like if the restaurant is out of something or whatever, it's not the server's fault that they don't
Right?
have
Everybody
this.
know how to get you.
Yeah, it's just too much. It's like I hate that. I hate when people just be mean for no reason, and I also hate going out to eat with people who don't tip.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I will say in my broke days, I never used to think tipping was very serious, but as an adult, you okay?
I'm choking on something. Something. It feel like a piece of popcorn is in my throat or something like that.
No, probably not you swallowing your tongue, so the little dangly thing on the back of your throat. But yeah, I don't play about that tipping. I think we talked about this last episode. Like to me, that's like saying that they should only make $2 an hour.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's so fucked up that people do that, and I that is doing too much to me too. Paula DeAnda, tip these people.
No, for real. Also, I hate like a real show offy type of person. People that really like big bragging on things that they got and things that they do with the people that they know. Like you know, in Atlanta, we always talk about how everybody is a celebrity here. Like I hate when people just name drop. Like, oh yeah, my cousin, his mama used to go work at a daycare center that 21 Savage niece went to, and it's like, girl, you could have kept it.
I purposely, when I'm talking to certain friends, I purposely don't tell them who I'm working with because, for one, they'll take it as a competition, or they'll try to like ask questions. I don't know. It's just it's not like a comfortable conversation. Like with you, I probably tell them like, "Oh, I did this commercial for so and so. Oh, that's good." Blah blah blah. Move on from it. Oh,
Dang, I be sounding like that.
not like that in specific, but I'm just saying in general.
Like, yeah, like
They
it
be
just
like,
go.
"Oh, who gave you that job? How
Oh
you get
wow.
that?" Oh,
That's the stuff. That's just like somebody saying, "Put me on as your job." Like, dang, you don't think I'm smart?
yeah. Oh, they called me for that job too, but I turned it down. Like people be saying stuff
Good
like
for
that to
you,
me.
sweetheart. What's the Norman say? Good for you, baby.
Yeah, that's so funny. Norman live in my building. That's so
Really?
funny.
Oh, now I might get excited if I saw him. I can't even lie.
I saw Norman in the lobby when I was moving in.
Not you, Rich. I can't
Uh-uh.
lie. I love him. Oh my god. Let me tell you something. When he had this video when he was in CVS and he acted like a crackhead who had an invisible dog.
I hands down the funniest video is the food truck.
Oh, that video. What, what about the one when he was he getting eyebrow
Oh,
I
and he
can't
was
think of
like,
it.
he was like, uh, I could tell you were L'Oreal by by your face or something. He was,
I don't
he
know where
was
y'all from, y'all.
yeah, oh, I don't know where you from, but where I'm from, we don't do shit like that. I love Norman. I was on the elevator with him one day, and
That would
I
have
was
caught
trying
me
to
so
play it
off guard.
cool.
I would literally be excited if I saw him.
I was trying to play it cool. He was like, "What kind of cologne do you have on? It smells really good." I'm like, "Santo 33."
I was like, "Is this a skit?"
Right. I don't play around with no comedians. What's so crazy is it's three comedians I run into on a daily basis: Lala Milan, Quay, and him. I
I
see one of
love
them.
Norman.
I love Norman. Lala, come on. Actually.
Cause I
Shady boo.
mean,
Shady lady. One thing about Alicia, she don't care. She ain't into it. You're gonna know, and she's
hey,
not
sometimes
gonna
you gotta
act like
block
she
people on
into it either.
TikTok.
Huh?
Sometimes you gotta block people on TikTok. You know.
It's crazy. I ain't got to that point yet. I ain't
I
blocked
ain't
like that
never
on
been a
TikTok.
Lala Milan fan. This is not on no hater. I just never liked it. I used to be a Quay fan, but that TT skit got old for me. I'm sorry. I'm way past the men in wig stuff. I'm just over it.
I'm very good friends with Lala. I'm lying. That's my girl.
Good for you, baby. Anyway, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Do you have any like personal? Do you feel like you do too much in certain situations?
Oh my God. I have a very recent situation. So I've well, I feel like I did too much, but for good reason. So you know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna get into the actual specifics, but I had a situation with one of my jobs where um they started unbooking me for jobs and like
Oh yeah,
booking another artist. And this is I've been working with this company for so long. Like I've been working with this company for years.
yeah.
And so I didn't know what was going on, you know? And so I started thinking of everything. I started thinking about, like, oh, they being shady, they doing
They're
this,
trying to
they
satellite your
they
money.
trying to satirize me. And I think I just went around and I really started to develop a dislike for these people. Like really been mad, really like just in my head, like, oh, I don't fuck with her for real because they're being really, weird with me and shady, blah, blah, blah. So
I mean, from what
randomly,
you told me, I felt the same way.
yeah. So I had to work with this company.
I mean, you did.
I had to work with this company recently again. And I was like, oh, okay, so y'all back. Okay, cool. So one of the people that are over the company, I
Sorry, it's just the correlations. I can't. I get it though.
one of the people that are over the company, she was like, oh, can you do my makeup too today? And I'm like, sure, why not? So I did her makeup.
Oh
So while
damn!
we were doing makeup, she was explaining to me exactly what was going on.
Did you
And
ask or she volunteered it?
she kind of volunteered it because of something that happened right before that.
Okay.
And I kind of was clocking some tea. And I was like, oh, so it isn't that, it's that. And that, okay, I was just like, connect the dots. So when said person was sitting in a chair, I was talking to them, or they were talking to me, basically just saying how, you know, budgets have changed, this has changed, this thing got added, this got taken out. So this is the reason why we have to be careful on where we spend the money and blah blah blah. And I'm like, look at me. The whole
I
time
ain't
I'm
finna
thinking,
do layoffs because I
yeah.
can't. Okay.
Mind you, it's giving like I'm like, dang, the whole time I'm thinking y'all are being shady and fake and all this other stuff. And in reality, the
I
budget
mean,
is
you
not adding up.
mentioned that it could have been a budget thing.
I did, but I didn't know because it was just
Yeah.
other things
But
that
it's
were.
like you have had such a long lasting relationship with this company. It's like you could say something, and maybe they don't feel like they could maybe they didn't feel comfortable discussing that. But I also feel like in my mind, I'll be like, he probably wondering why we do this and that and not this and that.
Yeah.
But
So
this is why communication is important, not just from you, but from them in general. But it's like, what would have been the best way for you to even ask about that without sounding confrontational?
yeah, exactly. So I just, whatever. But I do feel like I was doing too much in this situation on a personal end just because I had literally started to develop a sort of like dislike
Resentment.
for these
Yeah.
people. You know what I'm saying? Like I just because I'm
Will
just
you
like,
work
this
with
is so
them with a
fucked up.
budget for the sake of booking or
No.
period?
Um nah. I'll say this and I'll leave it at that. Whenever you decide to take less, that's when the chaos and organ that's when the chaos and the unorganization is the most present.
Yeah,
So
and that company is not they not serious anyway. They got a lot going on. They got a lot of
yeah,
budgets to cut.
yeah. So
Okay, cool. Let's move on. Okay, so I think that I definitely do too much personality wise sometimes. Sometimes when I'm nervous, I can be overly goofy, tell a bunch of jokes, and I just cannot stop and control myself. And not that they don't be funny, it just be a time and a place for stuff sometimes. And I think I get carried away sometimes with my goofiness if I'm not around people that I already know. I'm good with one-on-one, maybe two-on-one engagements, but if it's a lot of people, if it's a lot of people around, I can be overly goofy. Like I think about when I remember this gonna sound when you had your makeup class at NARS, I feel like I was overly goofy in there, and I wanted to not be goofy, but I couldn't help it because I only knew one person in there, two, you and my cousin.
so do you feel like that's just a nervous thing?
It's definitely a nervous thing. It's like Alicia, just shut up, but it's like, but it's quiet.
I mean, it's second nature to me, I guess, because I've just dealt with it because
But there,
you've had
yes,
word from it since I met you.
yes, word vomit. That's exactly what I have. And it's funny because I can be a very chill person, time and place person. But when I'm nervous or if I feel like outnumbered a little bit, I definitely can get carried away. Only in certain environments though, because I would never do it at work if I was the new person. I would always try to peep the scene. But I think in some social environments, I'm just like Donkey Kong.
Ah.
But
um,
I can't. Not that I can't control it. I don't feel like I can control it, but I'm sure if I really tried, I could. But I also don't be in a lot of those environments, so I don't get to work on it.
yeah, it's a lot of things I do. I feel like I do too much. I need. I'm
I'm
trying to.
also very obsessive with structure. And I don't think it's necessarily doing too much, but a lot of people are not that way. A lot of people are very go with the flowy, and that does not work for me. I need to know. And it's always whenever I let somebody be go with the flow, they always regret it. And that's why I need to be in control. And I'm not a control freak, I'm just very organized. Like I'll never tell
Oh,
people what to do, but I feel like if we have 4 hours, we need to know what we're gonna do in those 4 hours because if not, it's gonna be 1 hour left and we're gonna be looking back on all the stuff we didn't do.
I get that. I need more structure, but I realize that everybody. Honestly, we living in some weird times, so everybody's spaced out. Head is in different places, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be giving people a little grace, but sometimes grace.
A fall from grace, child.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, anyway, what the okay, I'm looking at
Speaking of a fall from grace, I just got one question, and then we can go move on. Um, did you cancel Claire Huxtable or no after that movie? I mean, after her little comments, I be talking to people about her, and everybody apparently don't fuck with her because of the.
I'm not part of that crowd. I
Me
think
either.
that if we knew the true thoughts of everybody we was a fan of, we wouldn't be a fan of nobody.
Thank you. Somebody with some sense, because
Because
I
it's
say this
like
all the time.
this is not normal. I don't think that we were ever meant to have this much access to anybody so quickly and so frequently at all. But no, I don't feel no kind of way. Everybody's entitled to their own perception. It's just about if I feel offended or if I feel disrespected, but I could never take money out of her pocket. She don't pave the way. You know what I'm saying? Now, Bill Cosby, different case. You know what I'm saying? That's something that bothers me. I'm not comfortable with it. So yes, of course, I wouldn't support him. But even when we were kids, we used to always hear about. Remember we used to always go see Bill Cosby speak at Doug, and he used to always talk to us like he was goddamn crazy, calling us thugs. Anyway, I got a reason to not support him, but Felicia Rashad, no. And it's just you just got to pick and choose what's important to you. If you don't, if it I'm not with the crowd.
Yeah, I feel you on that too. I just feel like people do too much. Just
They
stuff
Paula
like that.
DeAnda.
They Paula DeAnda. That's
Yeah,
that Twitter.
I'm not with
Twitter.
it.
I promise you. I love Twitter, but I will say that I spend a lot of my days muted and I'm following a lot of accounts because I do feel like the internet has like kind of
Swayed your thinking.
yes,
Yeah, it
and
can
not
definitely.
even on purpose. I'm just like, damn,
Yeah.
is that wrong? Should I stop doing it?
I was just about to say, it's not that it's gonna change your perception, but now you're more aware. It's like it removes that innocence that you had about a specific topic.
Yeah, and
I
I
don't
don't
like
like
that's
that.
why I don't follow people I don't know. I have to limit the stuff that appears on my timeline. Also, be in control of it, like my friend circle. I need to be in control of what I see and what I consume. I turn off people's likes. I turn off their retweets. I only want to see what you got to say, and I'll handle
So
it from
you
there.
are a control freak. Got it.
I don't. You think that makes me a control freak?
Um,
I wouldn't say
I don't
freak.
think
I
you're a
definitely
control
like
freak. I just think
control,
that
but
you just
not.
like to be in charge.
I am very considerate of people's perception and input, but I definitely when somebody's in charge, I definitely let them lead. But when I feel like things don't have order, I definitely feel like it's my opportunity to step up and create that order. In
Well, I'm
that
out.
order. In
Will
that
call me
order.
out of order.
I'm in order, baby. I'm in order, baby. And my eye trip, my cousin tell you it was smooth cousin me, baby. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, let's wrap this thing up. You got anything you want to add before we go?
Um, what do I have that I want to add? Nothing. I don't have anything going on. I mean, just the end of summer. I'm not coming to Atlanta no more next month. So,
Oh, that's well. I mean, I'm not even gonna be in town myself. I was gonna mention that. I'll
so,
be I'll be in Minneapolis for like a week,
oh,
middle of
period.
September, and it's definitely gonna land on a recording day. So we either gonna record early, or we gonna not record at all.
Okay. Um,
Anybody from Minneapolis, throw me something to do, child. All I got is Paisley Park and Mall of America and George Floyd.
and a Six Flags season pass.
Hey, they
Damn.
don't even got no Six Flags.
Dang.
They got another park though that's real popular. I might
Oh,
just go.
no. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I might just go to Six Flags one of these days just to do it and then leave.
So yesterday I did. I did. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it, but don't tell nobody, y'all. So one of my Flo, she has a tour coming up, and it's I think it's sponsored by Monster Energy. So she had to do a shoot with Monster Energy yesterday.
Okay.
So me people, what's so crazy? People always be complaining about my personality sometimes. Usually the
Really?
people, yeah, and once
They
again,
calling you
everybody that
Paula
complain,
DeAnda?
yeah, people that complain about my personality, they all are Virgos, all of them.
What are they saying?
Um, well, I've had a lot of people in the past tell me like, "Oh, your personality is the reason why a lot of your clients like you." Basically, trying to downplay my work, and then
Like, that's not even an insult.
they
The
they
freak?
say that I act the way I act because I want to be on TV or I want to be seen or just little stuff like that. Like, I've been told this, and
Does
so
that bother you?
it does some, but I mean I'm not gonna stop being myself because they miserable.
Yeah, that
Even
would that would make me think I gotta tone myself down, and I wouldn't want
I
to do that.
don't. They're
Yeah.
miserable people. Like those people that told me that honestly, they be miserable 90% of the time. So it's
Yeah.
nothing that I'm not offended by that, but it do bother me. It's like, damn, like how are you mad because I'm happy? But anywho, me and my bubbly personality, I walked in there and they put me in an interview. I got to interview her,
Oh
and that's
wow, that's
cool.
cool.
Yeah, so I got to interview her for the tour. The interview was pretty cool. I was actually doing her makeup while I was interviewing her. They wanted me to ask her like 3 questions, and
Oh,
then
that's cool.
yeah. So I was doing her makeup. It was pretty cool. The lighting was
It's
fire.
giving media correspondent.
That's what I'm saying. I said now when I be on the VMA's red carpet hosting stuff, I don't want to hear it.
No, that's what's up.
But yeah, so maybe maybe that's maybe something I could look into. Not even just like the red carpet thing, but just like looking into maybe trying new things.
Man, you could listen. Booking could mean anything. That's great because once you do it, what I've gathered from what you've told me about this industry and a couple other people I know that's in stuff, it's like, oh, this Carter guy that did the monster thing. Perfect. All right, here I am. They
Yeah,
ain't even like ain't no application for some of these gigs. You just got to be right place, right time.
right, literally right place, right time. I exchanged their info. Um, I was like, if y'all need some ambassadors or if you need like people for commercials or something, just let me know. Call the queen. I'll be here. Put me on some commercials or something. I would definitely.
Okay.
What is that called though? You know how people are like, Like say for instance, like the what's the dude, the insurance dude, what's his name? Allstate dude.
Oh, Samuel Jackson. No, the
No,
other guy. I know you're talking about. What do you look me? What are you trying to describe?
like people, they're not actors, or are they actors? Like people that do, are they considered actors?
I guess you would say brand ambassador,
But I want to be on
spokesperson.
that level of brand ambassador. Now I don't, I'll take fashion over, but I want to be
I
like
get
do
what you're
me,
saying. Though. Like you are the when they see ads for them, that's who they see. Like Flo from not Flo Millie, but Flo from Progressive.
yeah,
Like you
like
are
do me a
the
Dentine Ice
mascot
commercial or something.
almost, huh?
Do me like a Dentine Ice commercial or something like that.
Nothing's colder than ice, dancing ice. All right, let's wrap this thing up. It's almost an hour and a half in here.
All right, cool.
Okay, y'all. What's coming up next week? I got some 2 weeks notices to put in. I can't even do it. Yeah, I can't even do it.
How many?
Two.
I think I'll write you a note. It's a note. Sorry. This
Yeah,
is a spirit stand.
this new gig cut the check, very accommodating, and it's that girl. I can't sacrifice. I'll explain when we get offline. Anyway, y'all. All right, it's another episode of OD Podcast. Holla at your girl.
I let y'all twirl and
And
gwirl
your whirl,
and
and your purr, and your twirl, and your and your hurl, and your merle. Bye.
yeah, unique.
Unique.